This Corecon training video covers the TeamLink portal feature we call Submittals. Submittals are items documented in project specification that need to be provided to the project owner, architect, or CM firm for review and approval. Some examples of submittals are shop drawings, engineering data, material samples, test results, and product literature or manuals. Certain submittals, such as product manuals, are often later used by the client for operational purposes. In the case of a general contractor, submittals are requested first from the subcontractors and suppliers per the project specifications. They are then submitted to the respondent for review and approval. On occasion, items that are rejected in some capacity will need to be resubmitted, which may warrant creating another submittal. Upon final approval, the general contractor will return the approved submittal and related documentation back to the suppliers and subcontractors so materials can be purchased. There are three roles that we're going to include in this conversation. The coordinator is usually the Corecon subscriber. They mediate the correspondence between their company and the originator, in this case a subcontractor who's going to furnish and install, and their company and the respondent, which in this case will be first the architect of the project owner and then the project owner themselves. A workflow approval process has been turned on. Once the respondent approves the submittal, that information is sent back to the coordinator who reviews and then updates the originator so they know what's happened. On occasion, if additional information is needed, or if the submittal is not approved, a follow-up submittal may be sent to the originator. Let's first take a look at the submittal process from the originator's perspective. In this case, a subcontractor who is going to furnish and install hollow metal doors. The originator, or in this case, a general contractor and the Corecon subscriber, has sent a submittal request to the originator or subcontractor. The subcontractor received an email letting them know that there's a new record in their TeamLink portal. They click on the TeamLink portal button. Since they've logged in before, Corecon takes them directly to the submittal, but they could also navigate through the projects into the correspondence module to get to this point. You can see by scrolling down there's a few submittal items that the originator or subcontractor needs to reply to. Also notice that it's one spec section that's being replied to. It's 4 documents they're requesting. Eventually, the originator will also be able to see the respondent's comments and the approval status. So the originator or subcontractor needs to drag the files that represent the submittal into this small rectangle. So if we scroll down, we can see those have already been uploaded. And at this point, that's really all they need to do. There will be more. If they wanted to see the information, they can go to Projects, to the project number, under Correspondence, open Submittals, and you can see this is not the only submittal that the originator is replying to. Next, the coordinator receives a notice that the originator has replied. The coordinator can go into the submittal in their Corecon browser solution and confirm the information that was requested did arrive. Also, if more information were needed at this point, the coordinator may send back a follow-up to the originator for more information. Let's assume for a moment that the information was submitted as expected. The coordinator now is sending that information to the respondents, in this case 2 respondents, for approval. Switching over now, we're looking at the respondent's perspective on these submittals. The respondent, in this case the project owner, received an email letting them know there is a response to a submittal. And they can click View the Document or they can log into the TeamLink portal, go to that project, down to correspondence and submittals, and open that submittal. If they scroll down to the submittal items, they can see that the status has now been marked as submitted. They can take a look at the individual line items as well as the documents that were originally uploaded by the originator. They have two things to do with these. One is update the status. And let's say for a moment they're going to update and approve 3 of the 4 line items. And they're going to select for the 4th line item, revise and resubmit. So 3 are approved, 1 is still pending. They would also usually come to the response section and give an update. And then click Save. Back to the submittal list. Back in Corecon's browser solution, the coordinator or the general contractor, also the Corecon subscriber, can access the same submittal through their correspondence module. They also received an email to let them know there was an update. You can see that the Corecon browser solution was also updated, and there's one line item that needs more attention. They then send another response or follow-up to the originator. Now we'll switch back to the originator or the subcontractor's email. They can open the email and click View the document. It takes them right to the submittal, although they could navigate through the projects module and then the correspondence module. And they can come down and see that they need to do a little more on the submittal. So they go down to the related files. They've now found or revised the manufacturer's warranty. And all they need to do is go back and drop that into the small rectangle, and that's also been added. Notice there's nothing more they need to do. No response they need to send, because they will receive an email that notifies them that the file has been uploaded, and then the coordinator also receives a similar notice. So now let's switch back over to the respondent's email, and we can see there's been an update to the submittal. So they click View the document, confirm that the warranty is as expected, and then they can go up and revise and resubmit, or in this case we'll just mark it approved. And we'll add to the comments and click Save. Since the workflow has been turned on for this submittal, it also needs to go to the architect for approval, and we can see so far they haven't done that. They also, though, would log into the TeamLink portal and do the same thing similar to the respondent that is also the project owner. And back to the TeamLink portal, projects, to the project, under correspondence and submittals, and information now is going to be updated. They can access that same submittal this way as well. As a review, Corecon's TeamLink portal allows all companies that are collaborating on a project to correspond and stay up to date on a variety of subjects. This is only one of several. In this training video, the originator responded to a submittal request from the coordinator. They uploaded the appropriate documents. The coordinator received it, confirmed it, sent it on to the respondent or respondents. The respondents confirmed, mark approved, send it back to the coordinator, who in turn notifies the originator of the current status or sends a follow-up submittal request. There are several other videos related to the TeamLink portal, including training videos that we recommend you view before this advanced subject. There's also another training video on RFIs and another on the TeamLink portal for the subcontractors to submit their progress billings or invoices through the TeamLink portal.